Hey, I'm RT and welcome back to RTsWorld. So today I got another redstone contraption for you, and this time it's a lottery draw machine. And as you can see behind me there are two digits, and if I can turn around, now we have here 63 as our lottery winning number. And what this machine does is, if you press this button here, you simply just draw a number between 0 and 99. So every number has around the same probability to get drawn, but I will explain the randomizer mechanism afterwards. First of all, I want to show you again how it works. So we simply press this button and then we hear this music. And now the 7 already locked in. And the first digit is still running. Yeah, it could also take a while. Now we get 77 as our lucky number. And yeah, of course we can just press it again and it's completely random which number will show up. Yeah, now the 7 already stayed the same. Now we have 47 and just once more. So now the 7 locked in the first number and we now have 72 here. So that's basically our display circuit. And as you can see here, this is where all the magic happens. That's where our conveyor belt of cauldrons, iron blocks and glass blocks is, but I will explain the exact mechanism behind it to you later. First of all, this video will be structured into two parts. The first part will be the explanatory part, so I will explain all the redstone tech behind it. I will explain to you how this 7-segment display works, how everything is put together, and what exactly the randomizer circuit below the ground does. And in the second part of the video, I will give you an exact block-by-block tutorial of this machine here, over there, and there you can basically build it by yourself and just watch me doing it. So first of all, if we press this button here, we can go behind the casino, and yeah, now we just did 83 as our lottery draw number. So let's try if we can do something else. Yeah. Now you can see that this conveyor belts of cauldrons, iron blocks and glass blocks are just rotated clockwise for both the modules. And those modules represent, or basically those conveyor belts in the back represent a number on the 7-segment displays in front. So now we would have drawn the number 40. And as you can see here, this, for example, here are some comparators. They just simply read the output of those blocks in this row here. And I will now go into this mode. So they basically read the output of the cauldron, they read the output of this iron block and the glass block, and they all have different outputs there. So basically, we just translate this conveyor belt into a number in front of the screen, and the magic, or basically the randomizing, is happening below the ground. So if I press this button here again, we can see that, yeah, now again nothing really happened. We have the number 50 now drawn, and now you can see here this clock running, and this clock is running at an 89% chance. And what that means is we don't have complete randomness here. If you would want to build a complete randomized lottery draw from number 0 to 99, it would take you, I would guess, maybe the tenfold complexity and the tenfold amount of blocks as seen in this machine here. But this is not true randomization we do here. This is basically, it's another type of randomization. It's not completely randomized, so it's not the same as we have. Not every number has equal chance to get drawn. But to simply explain it to you, now we have here 56. So the number 57 or even 56 is, so in the range of 56 is slightly higher. And by slightly higher, I mean just a few percentage points higher. That we can make sure by this circuit here that is only a few percentage points higher compared to all 80 other numbers, by having into the left dropper 8 stone swords or non-stackable items and 1 stackable item. And what it does, it gives us an 89% chance of one number getting added to this counter. And the same goes for the second digit. And that basically ensures that we have not true randomization, but a very good approximation to randomization here. And these snow blocks are simply just there to get a little bit of music going. And if we activate this here, you can see that, we'll activate it now, that this block here gets retracted. So if we would activate it again, it would not mess with our casino tag, and only if the last number has settled and the number is displayed at the 7-segment displays, this casino, or basically this contraption, can be powered again. Then we have here basically a short pulse coming through, powering the left dropper just very short, moving one item into the right dropper, and then powering the right dropper again and moving it back into the left one. And while it's in the right dropper, the output gets red, and either we have one signal strength output, which would be our iron block, or we have 2 signal strength output, which would be every of those stone swords. So it's very likely that a stone sword gets moved into this dropper, and therefore 2 signal strength are created. And then the signal strength is just repeated, and the digit counter, or basically our 7-segment displayed counter, is just moved by 1 digit upwards. And that happens every time this redstone travels here in a circle. So basically every time this clock here activates, at a 89% chance, the digits just count up. And that's where basically our non-really randomized system comes in. So now 38, 39 and 40 would be slightly more probable to get if, for example, 12 or so. But if we run this machine long enough and often enough, this effect gets really insignificant, and you can just simply do it and treat it as a real lottery number drawer. So now 37, just one last time. Yeah, now we have 39. So slightly higher chance to get a number nearby this, but if you do it multiple times, it doesn't really matter, because you run into those statistically like edge cases. Now we get like, what is it now? 65 or now 66, which is not even close to that what we got, which we had before. So now we're completely fine. Yeah, so that's basically the tech behind it. It's not that complicated, and now I will show you how to build this block by block, and yeah, have fun watching the tutorial. So welcome to the building part of this video. First you want to start with a 21 by 12 platform, and of course it can be a little bit slimmer than 12 blocks, it can be a little wider than 12 blocks. That's just to get a little area to walk around comfortably. And the next thing you want to do is just simply move 1 block diagonally inwards from the corner and just place a block and then another gold block here. Repeat the same process on the other side, just mirrored. And then here I have just a very tiny wall here with 5 blocks to just represent an example of how you could build the walls. And this gold block structure we want to build 11 blocks tall, so it's 2, 3, 4, 10, 11. Same for the other side, and or just go there horizontally, like this, and then simply connect it up, and then we have this nice rectangular shape which encloses our 7-segment displays afterwards. Then we want to repeat the same process here for the quartz blocks, and I will just simply say set quartz blocks to do it a little bit faster, like this. And we want to do the same for the ceiling. So simply put there some quartz blocks too. And now you can also grab some sea lanterns, and in addition some iron trapdoors. And then we can simply throw in some lighting here. Just an example. You can of course do it however you like. It's just to get a little bit more light in here and to make it more friendly if you played, or if you build a structure, for example in a dark place or in a cave. So then we want to grab some smooth quartz blocks and some smooth quartz stairs. And we want to start by simply building a column of quartz blocks here, then a column of quartz blocks on the other side, and then just simply start with a line of quartz stairs here on the bottom, and then simply go 1, 2, 3, do the same for the upper part, and then again 1, 2, 3. So now just try to place those stairs accurately like this, and then again 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The middle we can set another block of smooth quartz. And then we can make another column, 3 space, another column, and here another structure. And then we can build our 7 segment display, which is basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 3. Repeat this process here and just 1 block in the middle. And then again, just some smooth quartz blocks there. Then we want to make sure to get another quartz stairs, like 1, 2, 3, quartz block from the top, 1, 2, 3. And then just build the same structure here again with the 7 segments. Just an enclosure of smooth quartz blocks, like that. Then the lamps. And 1 block in the middle, like this. So that's basically our 7 segment displays. Next we want to count 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks inwards. Place there a gold block, button, and maybe a sign which says lottery or something. And that's basically where our input is, and there we simply leave a gap on the bottom so that we can get our signal there afterwards. But first of all, we want to build a 7 segment displays redstone tag, and so we grab some blue wool. And by doing so, we just start here in the back. And to start again, we just start this time at the bottom here. Just here, those 2 blocks. 1 block down, like this, 1 block up. Here's some redstone dust. Torch block, another torch. Here a redstone comparator, redstone repeater, all set to 1 tick. Then we're gonna have those 3 blocks. Onto the 3 blocks we just put comparator, repeater, repeater. So we now do it layer by layer, maybe that's easier for you to follow. Here another block, here a repeater, there another block, then here 1 row of blocks, comparator, repeater, repeater. Here a row of blocks, here we do again comparator, repeater, repeater. Another row of blocks, comparator, repeater, repeater. And then on the other side, we simply have a repeater there. Then we have a block, as I saw it correctly. Yes, then we have a piece of redstone. Here a block. And here a comparator. And then we simply have another comparator, a repeater, 2 blocks more, redstone dust, and here another block. So that's basically everything done. Of course I missed 1 block here, and this is this block, so just make sure to really place it there. Next up we want to grab ourselves some iron blocks, some cauldrons, water buckets and some glass. And we start simply here at this position here, just 1 block below this repeater here. We get now cauldron, cauldron, iron block, iron block, iron block, cauldron, iron block. Then next row is iron block, glass, cauldron, glass, iron block, cauldron, cauldron. Then we have cauldron, cauldron, iron block, cauldron, iron block, cauldron, cauldron. Then we have for the final row, cauldron, cauldron, iron block, cauldron, cauldron, cauldron. Oh, misplaced it. Cauldron, 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 iron block. Then 1 into this direction. Glass, iron, cauldron, 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 cauldron. And now we simply go over to the other side here. And here we have, starting here, cauldron, 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 iron block, cauldron. Then we have cauldron, cauldron, iron block, cauldron, iron block, glass block, cauldron. Then cauldron, glass block, cauldron, glass block, 3 cauldrons, cauldron, cauldron, glass block, 4 cauldrons. And then for the last row we have simply cauldrons all the way from bottom to top. And then really make sure to fill each of those cauldrons with water, so that they can output a signal. You can end up with a 0 now. And yeah, I won't do the same block by block tutorial here on this side. I will just copy it now over and world it, but just repeat the same section I explained to you before. So just copy this section over. So I just copied it now over and worlded it because it's very tedious to do it block by block, and I also set the world cauldron way too often in this tutorial already. Next up, we're gonna place in the pistons. So the first piston feed tape is starting here. Just simply place all of them in here. Then we want to make sure that we have pistons facing into this direction, and then all the way from top to bottom like this. Then again pistons there, all facing into the same direction like this. And last but not least, the pistons facing into this direction here. Hopefully I can do it. So it's really hard to place them in afterwards, honestly, but it's possible. So one last one like this. So perfect. Now we want to repeat the same. So the blocks are basically pushed now in this direction, then this direction, then this direction, and back to the first starting point. So that's our piston feed tape. And now just do the same piston feed tape at the other digit, at the other 7-segment display, like this. So just place in this column of pistons there, another column of pistons here, like this, and the last one here like that. So that's basically everything done. Should look like this now from the top. And now we're gonna basically do the wiring for all those pistons. So for the piston wiring, we just simply start in between here, and wanna make sure we start here with the block, some redstone, then a repeater set to 4 ticks, some glass, here glass, and we can also do this glass elevator first. We just put redstone on all of those glass blocks, and then just simply put in regular blocks here. Oh, I also forgot to do it there. Here's some more glass, and here's some more glass, more redstone dust. And then simply on this side, like this. On this side we have repeaters set to 4 ticks, and on this side we have repeaters all set to 1 ticks. And after we did that, we simply want to make sure that we have one more row down there. This time with a full block, another full block, repeater set to 4 ticks, and another block there. So that's basically everything for this side. We simply repeat the process over here. So it's 1, 2, 3 with one block apart, 4 pieces of wool, and the same for the other side. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and with the exception that the first one has some redstone dust on top. And then we simply have this kind of zigzag shape of the glass blocks. And then here, the last one is just 2 wool blocks. So now repeaters set to 4 ticks here, 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 and here, and then repeaters set to 1 ticks, powering all the other pistons, and then just some redstone on those glass blocks. So the next part, So here we want to start with some glass blocks and just zigzag them like this. And here the last block is here. Just put some redstone dust on there. And that's basically everything done. And yeah, we can also, of course, already place in here a block with some redstone dust, and here also 2 blocks with repeater set to 4 ticks, and here redstone. Then just repeat the structure here, zigzag down with the glass blocks. 1 more. Then here some wool blocks. And again, here some wool blocks. Repeater set to 4 ticks, redstone dust behind, and then just redstone dust all the way to the top. Like that. Now the side, or the facing, behind facing side is also done. Last but not least, we want to do this side. And we start again by just placing 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks of wool, 1 block apart. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks of wool again, 1 block apart, all set to 1 ticks. All repeaters here. And then basically just zigzag down again with those glass blocks like this. Place redstone dust on top of them. Like that. And that's basically it for the first wiring part. But we can also connect those 2 wires already together, like this. And now the first connection is done. We can also do it on the other side, like this. Can also do it there, like 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeater set to 1 ticks. And then zigzagging down. And placing redstone everywhere on those blocks. Like this. So the last missing part is now just the connection of those 2 lines. So just place in here some redstone. Place in here a block. A repeater set to 1 ticks. Sticky piston. Block. Repeater set to 1 ticks. Repeater set to 1 ticks in this direction. 2 blocks. And here's basically our input where we can just power the machine. And just repeat the process on the other side. Sticky piston, repeater, sticky piston, repeater, 2 blocks, redstone dust, and here the input button. And now if everything worked well, we can just simply press this button here. And we should now have 1, 2, 3, 4, let's see if it works. 5, 6, 7, yeah, and so on. This module is working fine. And here also 1, 2, 3, yeah, perfect. So now everything is working with the 7 segment displays. And now we will move on to another circuit, which is basically the randomization circuit here below. So to make the input circuit, we just place a sticky piston facing downwards, block of redstone, another block here with some redstone, sticky piston here, block there, here a repeater, sticky piston, block, repeater set to 1 ticks in this direction, repeater set to 1 tick in the other direction, then just 2 pieces of redstone there. And then we just transition to the light blue circuitry. So I just grab myself some wool. And for this circuitry, we basically start in here. Just simply with 2 pieces of redstone. Then a repeater set to 1 tick, repeater set to 2 ticks. Redstone in between, a target block, dropper, other dropper facing into the other dropper, piece of redstone there, and just some 2 redstone here. Then we need a comparator. And we want to place in here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 non-stackable items. and 1 stackable item. And then we want to read the output of the right dropper here. And by doing so, we just have here 2 pieces of redstone, another repeater, and then just connect these lines up, like this. What we also want to do is set this repeater here to 2 ticks and just place in here another repeater set to 2 ticks to have a little bit of delay between the pulses. Then we want to place a repeater here, grab ourselves some red wool, like that, and place in those 2 redstones here. Comparator facing this direction, comparator facing into the other direction, 2 blocks, 2 redstone dust, another block with a redstone on top, and then just a redstone torch, like this. Perfect. So now we're coming in from the other side here with redstone repeater, 2 pieces of redstone, then from the other side. And now we want to just mirror this circuit to be there. So basically now we want to start with this light blue here, light blue wool here. So 1, 2 light blue wool, then a repeater set to 2 ticks, repeater set to 2 ticks. Then from here on 2 pieces of redstone, then 1 comparator here a dropper, there a dropper, and into the right dropper this time, 8 stone swords, 1 non-stackable item. The target block is now here, the normal block is now there, and then we basically have this shape here. We have a repeater set to 2 ticks there, redstone dust, here a repeater, and then basically just connect this whole circuit up like this. And then we're gonna grab ourselves some green wool and simply connect these 2 lines too. And the last thing we wanna do is just simply connect those redstone dusts here with this redstone here. So just do it here like that, and here like this. So just connect those up, and everything should be fine. Then we grab ourselves some node blocks finally, and just place in 2 on this side, 2 on that side, and just give them here a very high tone, and the other ones just leave at the standard tone. Of course, 1 slight change, just replace this block here with the target block, otherwise this redstone line won't make it into the block and nothing would happen. So again, just press the button. Okay, now just the right line worked. Now we have 33 as an output. Just do it again. Oh, now we have 55, so they were completely in sync now. Let's try it again. Yeah, now we have 24, and so on. So basically now you can just draw the lottery as often as you like, and that's basically how everything works. Let's see which number we get at last. Nice, 35. So yeah, I hope you had fun watching this video. Of course you can build this machine on any multiplayer or single player world server, or not server. So basically feel free to build it, feel free to play around and also have fun drawing some lottery numbers. And of course, as always, there's a world download link in the video description if you want to play around with this world especially and just check if you made some mistakes or not. And yeah, have fun and see you again. Bye bye!